Hey, how's it going, guys? Mark here with another video. Today I wanted to give a weekend portfolio update and my strategy leading up into the upcoming week. Today we are up $60, about 0.17%, and we're sitting at $36,133, and we're kind of wavering up and down between them because of my Bitcoin holdings on Robinhood. Right now, my Bitcoin has been rallying really heavily. I know my previous video I posted about Bitcoin and why I was railing. It doesn't have sound for some reason. I'm going to figure that out for you guys and repost it later today or probably tomorrow. But yeah, I don't really know what the deal is with that. But sometimes my videos post without audio. But yeah, I'm going to figure that out for you guys. But yeah, so back to the overall portfolio. Yeah, we're up right now. We're definitely getting carried a little bit by Bitcoin over the weekend, considering the entire overall markets are closed. But yesterday I sold my my October 23rd call for I think I got $980 loss, something like that. It was pretty heavy. I had the opportunity to sell it the previous week for about I think for $200 instead of like something insanely low like 11 cents per share. So yeah, I had a chance, but I thought that we were gonna have another rally this week, but I was wrong. That's what happens. I'm going to probably lean away from options trading for a while until after the election and until after we hear some solid stimulus package news. We're still constantly wavering in between saying like, oh, the stimulus package is coming out, and oh, we're not even close. Oh, we're close to doing it. Oh, we're not close to doing it. Just a bunch of political BS that's going on in the political game, if you will. It's all based around the election right now, and we're leading up to it, and there's just a ton of uncertainty. So I'm definitely going to probably take a step away from options trading until we figure out what direction we're going to be going in a more clear, concise way. But yeah, guys. So over the past week, we lost a bunch. It was overall, I think we had a kind of a red week in general. The overall market did, but in the portfolio wise, we're down $793 in the past month. We're still up about $3K, which is great. We came back from the September lows, but over the past 3 months, we're up about $3,700. Past year, we're up about $7,700, which is really nice. But that's because we rode up on the Tesla run, and I want to dive into Tesla in a second here. But first, before I do that, I want to look at the S&P 500, because the S&P 500 I think right now is kind of a good thing to look at to compare with Tesla and whether or not Tesla is going to be rallying heavily sooner or later. It's pretty correlated. All the traditional stocks are pretty correlated with the S&P 500 and the overall market, even if they're not inside of the S&P 500, just because people base their decisions off of, not all their decisions, but a lot of their decisions off of how the overall market is reacting. Over the past, let's look at the week. The past week, we kind of had a downtrend. The past month, we were recovering from the lows. We're kind of consolidating at a healthy level, I would say. But I know a lot of bears out there are saying that we need to crash down hard because we're in a huge megaphone pattern. Like I talked about this in a previous video. From here, if you open up and go up to here, there's potential room to crash down to the lows of like 250, but I kind of highly doubt that that's going to happen, especially before the election. And after the election, whoever the candidate is that wins is definitely going to release a stimulus package, so I doubt it's going to happen anytime soon. I could be wrong, though. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just for entertainment purposes only. I just like to give you guys my 2 cents and my opinions. But yeah, I mean, it could crash, but I doubt it. I really doubt it. But yeah, speaking of that, all right, let's go into Tesla. Tesla, we just had our earnings on Friday, which was great. Great news, but we did have a sell-off. I think it was just because the overall market was kind of selling off. But I really believe that we're going to have some room here to pop. I'm going to be adding to my position here on Monday. Whether or not we are up or down, I think right now is a good buying opportunity. I've been continuing to dollar cost average into Tesla. Let's look at the overall week. The overall week, we had definitely a sell-off, but I mean, like I said, it had a lot to do with the overall market kind of selling off, and we didn't really have any bullish indicators on the overall market. So I think that people are kind of still getting uncertain, and they still don't know whether or not we're going to have a rally or we're going to have a massive crash. I mean, it's just because I think it's all surrounding the U.S. presidential election and the hot spots increasing for the pandemic, as well as uncertainty whether or not we're going to see a stimulus package or people are going to get their stimulus checks. You know how it is. There's just a lot of uncertainty going around it. But I think, when there's a lot of uncertainty and there's blood in the streets, as Warren Buffett would say, then it's time to buy. And that's I really believe that in recessions and in really, really big red days, weeks, and months, that's the people may lose a lot of money, but that's also what makes millionaires and billionaires. So when we have a big sell-off, I'm going to be buying in. I'm continuing to dollar cost average in $25 a week. I may increase my position size of my dollar cost averaging, maybe if we reach below $400. I don't really think I see that in the near future, but however, if we do, I'm going to be buying more because I really believe in Tesla, and at the Tesla earnings calls was very bullish. I really liked what they were talking about and about how they're not really against people copying their business model and their products. However, the other companies will not have the ability to do that because they have created the machines that create the machines that create their machines that create their vehicles and their other products, as well as them having some great news leading up to creating their solar panels and their other energy. You guys got to remember that Tesla is not just a car company, it's a tech company. It has energy, it has autonomous driving, it builds cars, and then it's also connected with Elon Musk, who owns SpaceX, and the Boring Company, which is constantly innovating the world and technology all around, which is really exciting. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to give you guys my 2 cents and tell you about my strategy leading into the week, as well as my view on Tesla and my strategies. So thanks for watching, guys. If you're still sticking around right now and you're still watching the video, please give me a big like. It helps me out so much, guys. See you later. Bye.